I just don't know what's happened. I really don't. I mean, it was going so well, and then the last three matches happened. I mean, losing away at Man United 1-0 is one thing. Losing 5-0 away at Liverpool. Losing 5-1 away at West Ham. It's been a difficult three matches. Really difficult three matches. And hopefully we're going to pull it back out the bag today with two home games against Wolves and Leicester in the Premiership before the first leg of the Premier Cup final against Manchester United. So without further ado, let's get into the first game against Wolves. And here we go then. So in goal, we are going to go with Stindl, Eric Stindl, who's still progressing quite nicely stat-wise. So again, he's only 17. We're expecting to see some more from him. At left back, then we go with Gary Clayton, the young English left back. Our two defenders today are going to be Arjen Versteeg, playing alongside Vlad Baluta, the 18-year-old Moldovan, who's actually impressing me quite a lot stat-wise. I really like this lad, actually. Right back, Tom Coates, whose stats are still going down. I don't know what's happened to him. Well, the thing is, he always plays well. Just his stats just don't look that impressive, do they? Two midfielders then, Nuno Coelho, playing alongside Antonio Lazzarini. Two very, very good players. Attacking left, we're going with Karl-Heinz Michael. We have got attacking centre. We've got making his debut, Vladimir Babarin. We were struggling for attacking midfielders. We're struggling for just fitness in general at the moment. So we're having to dig into the under-23s. Attacking right midfield, we've got John Darch. And then, of course, up front, we're going to go with Brian Santana. I keep calling him Bruno. I might just rename him to Bruno even, just to make my life easier. We need to do something here. We really do. Let's cut our bad results. Let's get a win here today. I know I'm playing a couple of weaker players. Next season, I'm hoping we're going to be a lot better next season. I'm going to not loan out as many of our better players. We'll have a really strong team next season, hopefully. Because I need to remember, it's always quite quiet at the beginning of the season, but after January is when it really goes. Madam Babarin on his debut. Well, it's his league debut. He's played in the Cups before, but he gets himself a goal in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Babarin with a goal. That's what we needed. That is exactly what we needed here today. Excellent. It was Baluta's ball back out to Lazzarini. Lazzarini's in-swing. I thought he might have snuck offside, but apparently he stayed on and plays the ball into the back of the net, and Vladimir Babarin gets the goal. Young Russian. There's quite a lot of Russians in our academy. Of course, we are playing, if you don't know, I'm sure you should know by now, but we are playing with a mod that has boosted... Oh, Lazzarini with a goal from the free kick. 2-0. Excellent. We're playing with a mod that has improved the youth rating of every single country in the world to the max. So that is a way for us to get a lot of different sort of nations with great players. And we do have a lot. I mean, this summer I've got far too many players. Far too many players coming in this summer. But there's going to be a lot of players coming this summer. And there's players from Guatemala, from Honduras, from... Ooh, good goal by Wolves. It's a high-scoring game, this one. 15 minutes in. I've got players coming from... I've got one player from Singapore coming in. I've got a couple of players from the Philippines. They're all really, really good young players. I've got two fantastic young players from Chile signed up as well. So it'd be interesting to see what does happen. And I think in sort of 10 seasons time, which is why I'm sort of whizzing through these seasons a bit, because I really just want to get like 10, 15 years in and just see all the crazy stuff that starts happening in the World Cup and stuff like that, when we're going to have some really interesting nations with some really good players. And we will actually have a look at that when the World Cup comes around. We will keep an eye on all that. I really want to see what nations really get the advantage. I mean, we're bringing through a couple of interesting ones. We've got Vlad Baluta, of course, playing today, Moldovan centre-back. We've also got a couple of other young Moldovan players. We've got quite a few Ivory Coast players that are pretty strong in Dosso and Gessen as well, both on the bench, I think, today. Baluta's given the ball away to Brass. Don't let them equalise before half-time. I mean, we did so well to get 2-0 up. If they equalise, now I'm going to be gutted. Oh, come on. Oh, he hit the post. He hit the post. Okay. Right, so we do need a win here. We need some of the other teams at the top to drop a couple of points if possible. We're going to say passionately that we're happy. Just to try and get the morale up, because the morale's struggling. Oh, that didn't really work as well as I hoped. We just need to keep this morale up, because if we don't, then we're going to really struggle, I think. Clayton's with a throw to Babarin. Back to Clayton. Back to Lazzarini. Here's Babarin. Lazzarini. Karl-Heinz Michael. Coelho. Coelho's shot. Oh, it's a good save. John Darch is there, who... I don't know, I'm not a massive fan of John Darch, but he does have a really good potential according to the coaches. Here's Graves. Bring it forward. Baluta. Good tackle. I think Baluta's going to get some more football next season. I'm thinking... I've got like a thing next to me. I'm going to try and have 3 players for each position in our first team squad for next season. And I'm thinking... I think Baluta, Lucif, of course the Algerian. And then we've also got an English defender out on loan at Preston in the Premiership at the moment. He's played every single game for Preston in the Premiership, so he should be pretty good. Is it Rolf Boyles, I think his name is, something like that? So we'll probably use him as well. So we'll definitely have a stronger squad next year. I think it's just a case now, just finishing this season off. We're not going to win the league. We can still win the Premier Cup though, of course. But, yeah, it's going to be... We're not going to win the league now, I don't think. I think the recent form... We were looking so good as well. Like, Liverpool had an absolute breakdown. They lost 4 games in a row, and all of a sudden, we were top. And they couldn't catch us, and all of a sudden, we lost 3 games in a row. And now it's just... Yeah, it's gone to pot, really, hasn't it? Right, let's make a couple of subs, because we're struggling now. Babarin is struggling for energy, so let's bring on Lee Thomas to replace him. Karl-Heinz Michael's also struggling. Not really got anyone else we can bring on now. I'm trying to rest a few here. I mean, we can bring on... Let's bring on... I'm guessing, and then we'll leave Michael on. We'll just won't let... Michael won't play the next game, I'm assuming. Right. Okay, we're holding on here. 6 minutes remaining. We're still leading 2-1. Oh, and Gessen heads it over the top. I think Gessen's someone else who might get some more football next season. That's the plan anyway. I'll have to have a look and say I want to have so many players for each position, and if we've got too many players, then I think I'll let a few go maybe. And Gessen's ball, it's headed clear by Richards, but Clayton gets on the end. Brian Santana. Not enough. All of a sudden they're on the counter-attack. Come on, don't let them do this. Clayton, good volley out the way. Come on, we need these 3 points. Desperately need these 3 points. Don't let him do it. Yes, he's offside. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Right, we got the 3 points. That's what we needed. We got a win under our belts as well, which is hopefully going to raise the morale a bit. And we're going to passionately tell the lads they did very well. And they're still not really reacting much, are they? But we've got a game now against Leicester in 2 days' time. Wow, let's get into it. Here we go, this is the team we're going to go with for the Leicester game. We've had to change a few things up, of course, because the games are in such a close proximity. We'll stick with Stindl in goal. We bring in Antonio Luis at left back. Of course, the Spanish left-back has been fantastic for us the last couple of seasons. And Versteeg stays in defence and plays alongside Marco Costa, who is incredible as well. We stick with Versteeg, yes. We've got Gusev playing at right-back, the young Russian right-back, playing his 11th Premiership start of the season. We'll definitely get to see a lot more of him next season as well. In midfield, then we stick with Van de Ven alongside Nicholas Jones, is looking pretty good. Nicholas Jones is on the transfer list, though he's requested to leave, and I've allowed him to do so. I think we've got other players that can play in this position, although I am very impressed with his stats. Patrick Van de Ven there as well. I think probably our best player. Stat-wise, anyway. Well, looking at his ability-wise. Attacking-wise, then, we have got Andrea Ferno playing at left wing. We have got João Ribeiro playing in the centre, who's apparently wanted by Arsenal, so be interested if an offer comes in for him in the summer. We have got Lee Thomas playing up the right. And then as striker today, we stick with Brian Santana. 47 goals in 82 games for the club. It'd be lovely to get a second win in a row here, I think. And it gives us a week to get ready for the game against Manchester United in the first leg of the Premier Cup. So what we'll do is we'll finish this off. The next episode will be the second leg of the Premier Cup, and it will be the end of the season as well. So that should be pretty interesting. Got Jones. There's the ball out wide to Antonio Luis. Ball into the middle. Santana heads it over. Come on, half an hour in. We're dominating the game. We need that goal, though, I think. Van de Ven comes out wide to Jones. Out wide to Gusev. Here's Van de Ven. Jones. Out wide, finding Antonio Luis, who cuts inside. Ball across the middle. Comes out to Van de Ven, who boots it wide. Was a big chance. That was 12 shots, 5 on target. We need to be scoring a goal here. Ribeiro's cross headed into the back of the net by Nicholas Jones, 4th of the season. Yes, we needed that. I mean, 2 wins out of 2 in the league is going to be very important here. Like I said, things are really starting to heat up at the top of the table. We need to be taking advantage of other teams that might drop points. The higher we finish up the table, the more money we're going to earn. Of course, we only got to finish top 6 to get Champions League, and I feel like we should definitely do that. Should do. I'm looking forward to next season now. We've got some great players coming in the summer as well, and I want to showcase everything to you. But I'm so excited at the moment. Right. So nothing's really helping at the moment, is it? Because Chelsea's winning and Man United are winning as well, aren't they? And Arsenal are winning, but we just need to keep winning ourselves, don't we? As long as we finish top 6, we get Champions League, and that's the main thing. But I just want to get as high up the table as possible. I mean, we won the league first season. Looks like we're probably going to finish about 3rd or 4th this season. But of course, we still have 4 games in the Premiership left after this one. Yeah, 4 games left. Chelsea take a 3-0 lead now at home to Preston. 18 shots, 2 on target, and we've still only scored 1 goal. Ribeiro, it's a good save. But Chelsea scored a 4th, and that's what we need to be. We need to be more brutal. And I think again we will be next season. Because I've loaned out quite a lot of our young strikers, which has not probably helped us too much. And we're going to bring on Lucif in place of Versteeg, because Versteeg has played a couple of games recently. And Nguesson in place of Lee Thomas as well. Just to try and freshen the legs up a little bit. There's been a lot going on recently. We need to freshen the legs. We're at 81 minutes gone and we're still 1-0 up. Should just see it out. It looks like we should be fine because we're just dominating the possession, aren't we? We're just taking shots after shot after shot. I'm just disappointed we're going to have 24 shots, only 11 on target, so less than half our shots actually hit the target. And out of the ones that did hit the target, only one went in. It's disappointing. It's not good enough, really. And we are getting the 3 points, which I'm very happy about, but we need to be doing better, I think. We really do. Right, so Antonio Luis got man of the match. Nicholas Jones with the only goal. And we're going to tell them it's a good win, just to try and get the morale up again. Right. So we are currently, there's the table. We're 1 point ahead of City, but City have 2 games in hand. We're 3 points above United, who have 4 games in hand. Wow. So we're going to finish 5th by the looks of it. There's a big gap to Wolves in 6th position, so we should be okay there. Arsenal did get a draw, so yeah, Arsenal are dropping away now. Yeah, it is what it is, and we have to just see what happens, I suppose. It's all pretty tight at the moment. We've just played more games, but then it means they've got to try and squeeze more games in the short period of time. Anyway, let's push forward and let's get into that Man United game. Wow, I've just seen this. This is massive. I was not expecting this to happen at all. So this is the British Champions Cup, as I mentioned before. It's the winners of the Premiership, the winners of 1A and 1B, the winners of the Northern Irish, Welsh and Scottish Premierships as well. So we got knocked out first round 5-0 by Chelsea, which I was very embarrassed about. Celtic knocked out Crusaders, Middlesbrough knocking out Dundalk, and Brighton knocking out the New Saints. Then into the semi-finals, Middlesbrough beat Brighton 3-2, and Celtic knocked out Chelsea on penalties. Then into the finals, Celtic beat Middlesbrough 2-0. So Celtic have won the British Champions Cup. That's incredible. I was not expecting that at all. So that's going to give them a hell of a lot of money to spend now next season. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. And they've got some decent players already, nothing special. But that's a big, big deal. I was not expecting anything like that to happen for quite some time. But there we go. Well done, Celtic. And here we go. This will be an interesting one, this, because Man United have played 3 games in 6 days now. They had a Champions League game on the Wednesday. They had another game on the Friday, and they're playing us on the Sunday, is it today? So it should be very, very difficult for them. They should be a bit tired out, whereas we've had a bit of a rest. The one problem we do have is Stindl has torn ligaments in his wrist, so he's going to be out for 6 weeks. So that's the end of Stindl's season, which means that we bring in Polyakov, the 18-year-old Belarusian goalkeeper, who's not quite as good. A little bit worried about having to play him, but it should be okay because the rest of our team is pretty much at full strength. So we have Antonio Luis at left back. We have got our first choice centre back pairing of Marco Costa, of course, playing alongside Arhan Versteeg, the young Dutchman. So that's pretty damn good. I'm happy with that. Then we've got a right back, Tom Coates, whose stats are finally going upwards. I don't think it'll last, like it never does. But our 2 centre mids and Antonio Lazzarini, playing alongside Patrick van der Ven. And our 3 attacking midfielders, we have got Nuno Coelho out on the left. We have got João Ribeiro through the centre. We have got Andrea Ferno up the right. And then we have got a striker, of course, of Brian Santana. I do think that this is our strongest team. Yeah, I think this is our strongest team. So I'm pretty happy to go ahead with this. I think they might be struggling for fitness just because of the amount of games they've played. So hopefully we can come out on top of this one. I'm not quite sure if they've just rested a lot of players in the previous game. I mean, they've just beat Southampton 4-0, but they lost. Oh my God, look at this. Look, Griffin is on 68, 74. Oh, they are struggling for energy. So we just need to take advantage of that. We're going to have much more energy than them. We just need to take advantage of that situation. They're going to struggle later on in the match. It's a big kick by Polyakov. Ferno heads it on. Comes back to Ferno. Here's Van der Ven. I mean, if we can get like a 2 or 3-0 win in this first leg, just to... I'm getting a bit over the top now, aren't we, as they break straight through me. Yes. If we can get a 2 or 3-0 win in this one, we can be safe for the second leg then. That'd be the good one. We just need to get that win, don't we? Right, Antonio Luis with a free kick. It's Versteeg at the far post. Brian Santana heads it in. It counts. It's not offside. Get in. I mean, if we won the Premier Cup, I mean, we've had a pretty poor season so far for competitions and so forth, but if we can get a win here, I'd be very, very happy. If we can win this competition, I'd be incredibly happy. Excellent. Right. We need to score another one now. Never happy with just one, eh? I'd be happy with this. I mean, a 1-0 win would be good, but I think based on their energy levels and fitness, we should be able to take advantage while we have the opportunity. And this is Griffin, the main man who's struggling. Man United play around with the ball at the back. Risky play. We do get it back. It's Luis to Coelho. Here's Lazzarini, Van der Ven. Find Inferno. Ribeiro. Back to Ferno. Ribeiro's Coelho. Back to Van der Ven. Come on, someone do something with it. Van der Ven looks to try and take it alone. He's giving it away. All of a sudden they're on the counter-attack. Not ideal. Oh, really? Really? We're going to do that, are we? That's what's going to happen here. We're going to give the ball away stupidly like that. That is just not good, is it? Not freaking good at all. I'm annoyed with that, you know. It was all going pretty well until then. We're going to have to pull our finger back out here because, again, we're still dominating the energy levels. So we just need to take advantage of that because they're really struggling. So come on, Newcastle. Pull it out. Come on. You can do this. Do we have anyone on the bench who's going to change the game up? Not really. We've got Lee Thomas who can come on. Coelho's not having a very good game, so possibly we could bring on Lee Thomas. Okay, let's switch Coelho and Ferner around. Take off Coelho for Lee Thomas. No one else is really having that. That was just a really quiet game that was for Coelho. So their 6.5 rating's not very good at all. Come on, guys. We need to take full advantage of this. Really do, because it's not going to be this easy in the second leg. Right, Antonio Luis with a free kick. It's going to come back out to him again. Costa heads it over the top. Lazzarini, Thomas back to Lazzarini, takes another shot again. So we've not really taken the advantage we could have done, have we, today, really? We should have probably walked away 2 or 3-0 winners from this game. Give us what we needed to look pretty strong, but it's going to be a tricky second leg where we're going to be at Old Trafford. Oh, I thought Ferno put it in then as well. We're going to be at Old Trafford, which is going to be, yeah, interesting. Does that be full-time whistle now then, is it? It looks that way. Unless we're going to get a chance here, are we, Thomas? Ball into the middle, it's headed clear. It's gone. Oh, right, so we're going to have to beat Man United at Old Trafford if we want to win this, then, aren't we? We have to beat them now as well because we've conceded the away goal. Bad times. Okay, well, yeah. We're just not scoring goals. That's the annoying thing. We're dominating games and just not taking advantage of the goal scoring opportunities we should be getting. Hey ho. Hey freaking ho. Right then, I will play the Stoke and Arsenal games off camera. Then we will come back, I believe, for the second leg of the Man United Premier Cup final. And, of course, the final 2 games of the season. Then, of course, we'll do a little end of season review like we did last time. And then I can have fun and mess around for the whole summer and try and get everything all balanced out and ready to go. Let's have a look at the schedule. There we are. Yes, I'll play Stoke and Arsenal off camera. We'll come back for Man United, Spurs and West Ham. Of course, if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. I've been Shamma Gamer. Thank you much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.